How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Garry's Mod, and these are the Left 4 Dead weapons like you've never seen them before. The classic and loved Left 4 Dead 2 weapons have been remade using the TFA base. And by utilizing this base, not only do we get customizable features, like whether you want a flashlight on or off, or to have the classic Left 4 Dead 2 sounds, but these weapons also just look absolutely phenomenal, and they also come with some quality of life improvements, like being able to aim down sights, of course. So let's go ahead and dive in to see exactly what each of these weapons look like and what they provide. Also, this map, by the way, is pretty much what the Liberty Mall could have looked like in Left 4 Dead 2 if there was not an apocalypse going on. First things first, we have the AK-47. So this weapon is a tried and true. Every time I see this in Left 4 Dead 2, I pick it up. Pretty cool gun, and you can, of course, like I said, aim down sights. Now, for customization options for this, we do have realistic AK RPM, which is going to increase the firing speed, which makes it more like an AK. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Now, for the sound, you do get two different options for each of these weapons. First off, you have the realistic option. And then next up, you have, well, the Left 4 Dead 2 sound. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on each of these weapons just because there is a lot of them, although you do get hit marker built in if that's really something you're after. Next up, we have the AWM, or the AWP, I assume. Now, the flashlight on this thing looks completely stupid. I'm so sorry. Please get this thing off. Now, you can also choose to have a no-scope option, which I think is kind of neat. Although, why? I mean, let's be real here. This is not Call of Duty. And also, it doesn't even kill in one shot. What is this? Let's go ahead and see what it looks like with the scope. Definitely a lot better and a lot more accurate. So this is pretty neat. You can activate the flashlight using F. You're probably thinking, wait, that's just your normal flashlight, but look at this. The flashlight is actually coming from my gun and not from the regular source. If we go and switch weapons real quick, you can see it's a completely different flashlight. That is so cool how it automatically knows exactly what to do. Now guys, it is important to note that the gun names in this mod are going to be based on the real gun names and not the ones in game, because obviously they do not have the rights to use those official gun names in the game. But next up we have the shotgun. I think this is the auto shotty. Oh yeah, it is. An absolute classic. Now for this one, you can see we only get option for the flashlight and to use the Left 4 Dead 2 sounds. Ah, that really brings back memories. Guys, for real though, you can just grab a handful of your friends and just download Left 4 Dead 2 and play it for old time's sake. Me and my friends do that every other weekend, and it is always a blast. It's just, game never gets old. Next up, we have the pistol, and this is just the classic sidearm. I should mention you do get sprinting animations with all of these. That's kind of just tradition with the TFA base. Other than that though, the guns feel great. The sounds, even down to the last round, absolutely phenomenal. The flashlight on this one does work pretty well. In terms of customization, you do get a few different options. For one, we can take the flashlight on or off. We can also, well, turn on the classic sounds. Next up, we have the Desert Eagle, an absolute beast. I don't know why, but whenever this one shows up, no one ever grabs it on my team. I guess because of its slow fire rate. But the fact that secondaries have infinite ammo kind of makes it seem like this would be a good deal to get. Now, in terms of stopping power, I mean, this thing is just an absolute hand cannon. For options, we do have the flashlight and, of course, the Left 4 Dead 2 sounds. Can't tell you exactly which one I prefer more. And next up, we have the Spaz shotgun. Oh, this is the shotgun I always go for. I don't know why. It's just an absolute blast. The spread is super wide, so taking out hordes is pretty much next to nothing easy. See if that translates well into Garry's mod. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Combine just killed himself with his own energy ball. But other than that, guys, the reload's pretty cool. We do get all the options like the other weapons, but we get something extra. We can remove the stock. Now guys, I just realized that you can't see these options because unfortunately they're a little off screen, but when you press C, you will see what I mean. Please don't unsub. Okay, so removing the stock, it is definitely going to affect the look of this. A real physicist doesn't need that. I can't deal with those textures, well, sorry. What? Oh, I see. The textures do look a little weird on top now without the stock. I digress. Still pretty cool, and now it's more akin to that of the Half-Life 2 shotgun. And now we go on to the best weapon in the entire game, the G3. You guys know me, anytime there's a G3 in a game, it's my favorite. This is my favorite weapon of all time. I just love battle rifles, and this thing does not disappoint. It's my go-to every time I play Left 4 Dead 2, which is funny because I really don't like snipers or long-range rifles, but something about this BR just hits different. So it's technically known as the sniper rifle in game, I believe, which is separate than the scout rifle, but we can see with the way we reload it, the heckler and coke slap, it never gets old. Now in terms of options, we cannot remove the scope unfortunately like we can with the other sniper. However, we could turn on the flashlight, which is kind of mandatory if you want to, well, see anything in the dark. And we also get the classic and of course we also get the classic Left 4 Dead 2 sounds. The show must go on. We have the M16, and this thing is kind of just your classic assault rifle. In fact, this is probably the most classic weapon in this entire pack. I also thought I'd mention it, but guys, this map is huge. It's literally the entire mall, all in its glory. It's pretty cool. I will go to the area that most of you guys might be familiar with, and that's, well, the getaway scene where you have to fuel up the car. Many a time a spitter got me coming out of this elevator. I just don't really like the lighting. It's kind of hard to see. The bloom is a little overexposed, and yeah, there's just a lot going on. So in terms of firepower, this thing is an absolute beast. Now, again, we don't get a whole lot of options, but it's a classic, and I'm glad that it's in the pack. Next up, we have the MAC-10, and this is the one I always start with, although the pump shotgun is kind of okay. This is going to let you get real close and personal with these zombies, or in this case, the Combine. Bonus points for the awesome physics interactions with this weapon. Now for this, we get the flashlight, which looks really funny. I like how it's zip-tied on, really cool stuff. And we get the Left 4 Dead 2 sounds. The pump shotgun. This is the other starting weapon that you typically get in this game. And it's pretty solid. I mean, how can you hate the pump shotgun? It does what its name entails. It pumps enemies full of lead. For options, we have the flashlight, like always, and the Left 4 Dead 2 sounds. Next up, we have... I don't know if I remember this weapon. Maybe it's one of those weird Counterstrike weapons that gets thrown in every now and then. I do think those are in this pack as well, yes. But anyway, I digress. Another sniper rifle, and this one is not a bolt action, so you can kind of go crazy with this. I love the old style rifles like this though. I mean, again, it's hard to hate the classics. I do wish you could get a different scope on it, but you know, that's outside of the scope of this video. Haha. Alright, let's see if we can actually do something with this weapon. It's pretty damn accurate. Now in terms of rapid fire, I mean, you can just kind of go crazy. The Scar L. This is also known as, I think, the heavy assault rifle in the game. Again, they can't use actual official names because, you know, copyright. But this was also a weapon I would always go to. And I love to see that it shoots in 3-round bursts just like it does in game. I know a lot of people might not like that, but I like how true this is to the official source material. Now, of course, in terms of firepower, this thing absolutely slaps. For options, we have yet again just the flashlight and the Left 4 Dead 2 sounds, which sound like crap. Next up, we have another Counterstrike gun. It's so weird that they decided to just throw these into Left 4 Dead 2 as like hidden weapons. I don't know why, but I guess it's cool to have more options. I would never really pick this one up. I mean, even the model in this pack looks kind of small for some reason, although it does have a nice scope on it, and I mean, it's got all the firepower you need. Just to prove that, we have some Combine here trying to dodge the energy ball. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty damn accurate too. In terms of options, we do have the no scope, which is really nice to see. And we can, of course, remove the flashlight. Next up, we have the Scout. And this is just the tried and true. Take a shot every time I've said classic, by the way. But that's kind of what this is. Like, just some awesome weapons that are really taking me back to the good old days. And the Scout was something like, if you had the Scout and you were headshotting the tank, then you were that guy. That one dude that all your friends looked up to and thought, damn, I wish I was him. Alright, that probably never happened, but hey, if you could, that's still pretty impressive, and this weapon does retain its pretty impeccable accuracy. I say that as I miss. In terms of options, we can of course remove the scope, which is really cool. Kind of strange that we have that for all the snipers, which is the one thing you would not want to remove the scope for. And last up, my friends, we have the Uzi. I think, okay, maybe I got it mixed up. This is a starting weapon. I always get the MAC-10 and the Uzi mixed up. It all started in Grand Theft Auto. For some reason, when I would get the Uzi or the MAC-10, I would just interchangeably use the same terms because something about the way that they're shaped is similar to me. I know that the Uzi has like that stock, but like you could kind of get something like that for the Mac. I guess the MAC-10 is more boxy, I don't know. My knowledge on guns is kind of scarce, it really doesn't go much far beyond video games. But in terms of options, we can of course use the Left 4 Dead 2 sounds and take the flashlight off. And there you have it. Now guys, it is important to note that all these weapons do have worldview models, which does look really damn awesome, might I add. But that's pretty much it, guys. All the links will be down in the description. You guys know the drill. If you want to leave a like or subscribe, you guys know what to do. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video until the end. Your guys' support is everything. Use code NecrosVideos94 to save 20% off your next G Fuel order. I'll see you guys in the next video. Leave your comments down below, and until next time, thanks for watching, and farewell.